Hello, good day, animal breeders and viewers from different locations. My name is Olashubo Solomon Ayobami. I am the Managing Director and Team Head of CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria, an animal breeding and mentorship company that is situated in Nigeria with headquarters in Plateau State, Nigeria. Do well to see that you join us every Monday at 8:30 a.m. West African time, live for a period of mentorship and capacity building on our YouTube channel at CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria 7031, CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria 7031. On that platform, every Monday at 8:30 a.m. is always a wonderful time of learning. It's always a wonderful time of building capacity in animal breeding. And we talk about a lot of topics, a lot of wonderful sessions on animal breeding. I myself is the facilitator of this session alongside some other team members of CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria. You can also follow us on our Instagram page, CROSSBREEDING-S_Nigeria on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria. And you can also reach out to us via our CROSSBREEDING-S official line, 08163666344. If you're outside the country, you can say +234 8163 66344. What you know in animal breeding is what determines what you can produce. I want to encourage you to see that you follow us and give yourself to capacity building. There's nothing that you cannot achieve in animal production when you build capacity in animal breeding. Thank you so much. Once again, I remain Ayobami Olashubo from CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria. See you there. Good day, animal breeders and pig farmers from different locations. Greetings from CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria and welcome to another episode of Animal Breeding Basics with CROSSBREEDING-S Nigeria. About 3 weeks ago, we started a series on mating systems or breeding systems. We've been able to look at the different breeding systems that we have. We've looked at inbreeding, we've looked at pure line breeding or straight line breeding. We've looked at outbreeding last week, and this week we'll be looking at the last breeding systems in animal, which is called crossbreeding. Crossbreeding. A lot of us have been hearing crossbreeding, and many of them might be wondering that I see that a lot of farmers do not really understand the effect of crossbreeding or what crossbreeding is all about. Basically, crossbreeding has to do with the mating of two individuals from different breeds. The mating of two individuals of different breeds. It has been proven scientifically that individuals of the same species can cross together. Individuals of the same species, or even though they are from different breeds, so far they are of the same species, they can easily mate each other. As actually a species is actually the word species is used to describe a group of animals who dwell together and who have common features, but at the same time, more than having common features, who have the ability. Species is a group of animals that have the ability to procreate, to interbreed, to cross themselves, and to produce offspring by the reason of their ability to mate each other. We call it a species. So we have seen that individuals of the same species can cross each other even though they are from different breeds. Now, these have been used as an advantage to produce animals that are like hybrids that have better performance. What do I mean? Now, even though individuals are of the same species, it has been seen that different breeds have different performance. They have strengths and weaknesses. Let me use a pig for example. We have large white and landrace. Now, a large white is a breed of pig. A landrace is a breed of pig. A large white is known sometimes to have, they produce good meat, and at the same time they have less winning stress thereabout. And there's another breed again. We call it the landrace. Landrace are known to be high milkers. They are known to be animals that produce large litters thereabout. Now, you see that both these two different breeds have their strength and their weakness. What is a weakness in large white is a strength in the landrace. What is a weakness in the landrace is a strength in the large white. Now, science proves it to us that these two animals can come together and interbreed and breed among themselves because they are from the same species. Animals of the same species can breed. Now, in an attempt to to complement each other. Farmers have been able to discover that the weakness of an animal can be masked by the strength of another. We call it this phenomenon breed complementarity. Is the ability of the weakness of one animal to be masked by the strength of another animal. So when you run a crossbreeding program, it is run with an attempt to see that an animal weakness, the weakness that is seen in the parent lines, is being corrected in the progeny by the kind of crossing that we call a crossbreeding. So it is a cross between two different breeds, thereby introducing into the progeny a gene combination that is different from that is existing in either parent. In a good crossbreeding program, it is not a crossbreeding program. It's not just about crossing or mating animals from different breeds. No, it is mating an animal of different breed with a target of maxing a weakness that is in the parent, that is in these two parents, correcting it in the progeny. We call it a crossbreeding program. Crossbred animals give some advantage that we call it hybrid vigor or heterosis over purebred. Crossbred animals gave some advantages over purebred individuals because of a genetic phenomenon called heterosis, also known as hybrid vigor. Heterosis refers to the phenomenon that progeny of the cross between different breeds of a species exhibit greater biomass. Do you see that? This is the advantage of crossbreeding. The animals will have greater biomass, speed of development, and fertility than both parents. It is the increased vigor observed in heterozygosity. I've told you in episodes before now that there's a scientific phenomenon that heterozygosity is what leads to better performance. Homozygosity is what leads to the maintaining of a genetic possibility, not an improvement. Homozygosity will always cause is either a debasement or a maintenance of a genetic quality, but not the advancement. Heterozygosity, one major way of seeing that you introduce heterosis or heterozygosity, which will lead to genetic improvement, is always through crossbreeding. Crossbreeding have been seen that the weaknesses of animals have been masked by the strength of another animal. Thereabout. So you have an animal that gives you low litter size, a large one that doesn't give you high litter. By the time you crossbreed that animal, you cross that animal with a landrace. Landrace has a potential for producing large litters. When you cross them together, you see that you produce a progeny that have less winning stress. At the same time, it's producing large litters. That weakness has been masked by the strength. The weakness in the large white boa or the large white goat has been masked by the genetic strength of the landrace animal thereabouts. So when we are crossing, a crossbreeding program is done must be done with an understanding of breed complementarity. Must be done with an understanding that there's a possibility. It is possible for you to produce animals of better performance. It is possible for you to mask an animal weakness, a genetic possibility, or let me say a resource that have not been seen in any of the parents. You can make it better in the progeny by running a good crossbreeding programs. This has been a method where people have been able to produce animals that perform better for the slaughter. They've produced F2 animals that do well for slaughter. They've produced animals that have better performances thereabout in goat farming, in cattle farming. This has been a method for genetic improvement. There cannot be a genetic improvement without the ability to always mask weakness. The more you mask the weakness of an animal with strength from another animal, and through crossbreeding, the more the better performance, or let me say, the more the improvements that you are doing to that genetic line. This is the basics or that every farmer must know for you to be able to see that you produce animals that have better performance. Crossbreeding is an advantage, and the advantage in crossbreeding is what we call hybrid vigor, heterosis. Don't forget, if you forget anything, always remember that I have explained here that heterosis will always lead to better performance, and homozygosity will always lead to maintenance of that genetic line or even the degeneration of that genetic line. This is what we call crossbreeding. Crossbreeding is good, and it has been an advantage. It has been an advantage to people who produce meat. Thereabout, you grow your large whites, you grow your land races. Durocs have a good potential for producing for fast growth. As a matter of fact, they grow the fastest among every other breed of pigs. And when it has been seen that the Duroc boar have been used as a terminal boar. A terminal boar is a boar that is used to cross animals that will go for the slaughter. Now, when you do a 3-way cross or a 2-way cross thereabout, the Duroc should be used is used by farmers who do fattening, who produce animals for meat. The Duroc has been used as a terminal boar to cross sows that will produce F2 animals that will go for meat because they grow fastest among every other breed. This is crossbreeding. It will always remember that crossbreeding should be done with an attempt to see that you max the weakness you see in an animal with strength. The weakness of an animal is the strength of another animal, and what is strength to that animal is a weakness to another. So when you come into crossbreeding with an understanding of breed complementarity, you help to produce better animals that perform better. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of our teaching on breeding systems, and watch out, keep on following every Monday at 8:30 a.m. West African time. We are always live on our YouTube page, AgroBreeders Nigeria 7031, at AgroBreeders Nigeria 7031, where we teach different wonderful sessions on animal breeding. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. We see you next week. My name is Olashibosoro Monayobami. I'm the Managing Director of AgroBreeders Nigeria. Thank you and have a nice day. Thanks so much for joining us for today's episode, and stay tuned for more amazing episodes to come. Every Monday, we are live every Monday at 8:30 a.m. West African time. Do well to reach out to us for animal breeding mentorship and trainings. Do well to meet us for farm establishments or all aspects of animal breeding. You can stay tuned and reach us on our social media, AgroBreeders Nigeria, on Instagram, on Facebook, and for mentorship or for questioning, you can call AgroBreeders official line on +234 81 636 66344 +234 81 636 66344. Thank you for trusting AgroBreeders Nigeria. We are committed to raising competent farmers globally. Thank you.